Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last year when I was laid up with COVID for a week in the bed, I figured I would crochet a blanket. It's nice to have a warm, cozy blanket during these really cold winter nights, especially here in Colorado. The stitch I am going to be doing is called the Fisherman's Spine. The yarn I am using can be found at Joann's, Michael's, and Walmart. I am going to zoom in so you can see the stitches I am doing close up. To begin, I'm going to wrap the yarn around the crochet hook twice. This creates an anchor and a loop so you can begin your first row. And you pull the second loop down through the first loop. And then repeat. Wrap it around one more time and take it through that first loop. And keep going until it is the length that you want your blanket to be. I did a row of 90 stitches, which created the size of the blanket that you see here in this video. Just keep saying to yourself, over, around, and through. Over, around, and through. The first row is coming along nicely. What I like about this yarn is that it is so thick that you can get your blanket made in no time. My husband and I are going to use this blanket to cover up with while we are watching movies upstairs in the loft. The first row is almost complete. I realized here I lost footage of me starting the second row. Once you reach the end of your row, be sure to mark it. You can use one of these little clips that came with my crocheting accessories, or you can use a safety pin or a paper clip. These will ensure that you don't accidentally stick the needle into the wrong opening and cause you to accidentally add stitches or drop stitches, which ultimately will cause your blanket not to have a very uniformed edge. And I did all this in the spare bedroom because I did not want to get the hubby sick when I had COVID. But he did spoil me. He brought me soup and tea whenever I needed it. And of course, he wore his mask when he came in the room. I know these crocheting videos can be very confusing unless you are right there with the person in front of you showing you how to do it. I have now reached the end of this row, and just like the very first row when we began, I'm going to wrap it, go down and through, and I'm going to do that twice. And then you're going to go down into the second opening on that top row, bring the needle through, wrap it around, and pull it through. And again, take your crochet needle, push it through the loop, wrap it around, pull it through the first loop, wrap it around again, pull it through the other 2 loops, and just keep going until the row is complete. I remember back in the days my mother used to crochet so many doilies. Do you remember going to somebody's house and their doilies would be so stiff because they would starch them with sugar? Who remembers that? One more time. Go through the space, wrap it around, pull it through the first loop. Wrap it around again and go through the other 2 loops. My mother was the first person to show me how to crochet. She showed me how to make a doily. And boy, did I make a lot of doilies until I ventured out and started making blankets, hats, scarves, and little baby booties. When I was pregnant with my 2 kids, I crocheted little booties, hats, and blankets, and they came out pretty good for a beginner. And over the years, I have crocheted blankets for the grandkids. So my blanket is almost done, and it took me maybe about 3 or 4 days to make this blanket, but I had nothing else to do but sit in bed, put on good movies, and crochet. I don't claim to be a crochet connoisseur and explain how I crochet like all the other experts here on YouTube. I could only explain it the way that I know how, and I hope you were able to follow along a little bit. I call this my COVID blanket. And as you can see, it turned out to be a really good size. And that was from starting off with 90 stitches in the first row. This is the bedroom where the grandkids usually stay when they come to visit. But I was long over COVID before they came and spent another weekend. Now it's time for me to show you how I finish off my blankets. These needles with the large opening came in my crochet kit that I ordered from Amazon. These sewing needle threaders are a great way to thread these needles with this very thick yarn. Just push the needle threader through the eye of this big needle and then insert the yarn through the opening and then pull it through. Now weave the yarn through the blanket to hide it. Be sure to tie off and secure the end of your blanket in a way that it does not come apart when it is time to wash it. This is how I do it, but you can do it in a way that works best for you. Voila! My blanket is done and it came out absolutely beautiful. You can use it to cover with, or to decorate a spare bedroom, or to use it as a throw. I hope you enjoyed my crochet video and was able to get something out of it. Please leave your comments below, and until next time, stay safe and take care.